First things first. Yeah, you want Dryad's magic at high level because otherwise, you'll have to recast constantly when the Mana Beast is in front of you. That makes this fight much harder if that's the case. What also makes this fight harder is that you're constantly the target of magic. And I think this thing has infinite magic. That's how you do this. High level lunar boost. Let's restart the clock. Yeah, this is a really annoying portion of the fight. This is going to be a nightmare to upload because there's so much Mode 7 going on here. Sorry. I think Lunar Boost is still in effect for Sam. Or not. And there we go. The Mana Beast and the fortress have been destroyed. However, Max is gone. I didn't even say goodbye. Max. It's also strongly implied that magic in this world is no more. The Mana Beast is turning into snow. Anyway, while this cutscene is playing, let me give a review of the game. When I was a kid, I thought it was the greatest game ever, but as I've gotten older, there are some parts that don't quite hold up. The graphics are fine, the music is awesome, the gameplay works well enough for what it is. The story has some holes. I'm sorry. And maybe that's the fault of what the translation team and the Secret of Mana people had to work with, because 30% of the game was cut when Nintendo said they weren't doing the CD add-on, so they had to cut like a lot of stuff. So what you get is villains that do a lot of their villainy off-screen. Like, we're told from the start we have to fight the Empire, but we don't really see the Empire until the end of Chapter 1. And even then, we don't really fight them as much as other games with evil empires. Like, at the end of Chapter 1, when Gemma says, "Oh, we found a weapon orb from the monsters the Empire sent." You know, we're told, oh, Gemma's gonna fight the Empire. Like, okay, why aren't we doing that? We're just running around looking for seeds. And the villains don't really hold up quite as well. Like, no one ever explains why the Emperor wants the Mana Fortress so badly, other than a vague deal with the Underworld. Why does the Underworld want him to have it? And we never really see, you know, this vague force of the Underworld. And then when Thanatos betrays the Emperor, this just comes out of nowhere. There's no foreshadowing to it at all. And the fact that in the remake this remains the case, like, Wow. Uh, the mobile, they have less issues to work with. They could have expanded more on certain things, like they did with dialogue at the end. It was vague why Thanatos needed dialogue in the SNES version, but it's explained a little better here. And there's really not a lot in the way of side quests like there are in other RPGs. And like the final twist, the max will go away if you defeat the Mana Beast. That is not foreshadowed at all. Maybe it's done better in the console remake, because in the console remake you have dialogue with the characters when they're at an end, but I don't know. And magic grinding is just tedious. Charging attacks is kind of useless and takes too much time. The only time you ever saw me do it, was right with the fight with Dark Lich. But I'm not saying the story isn't good, it just has work that needed to be done. But for what it is great. It's a good game, but it is flawed, and I think it's okay to acknowledge that. Would I play it again? Yeah, probably not for a Let's Play, though. As far as what game I'm Let's Playing next, I have no idea. I really do think this game was like a prototype for Final Fantasy VI in a way. Because they were using a lot of concepts like magic going away unless we stop the evil emperor. And the evil emperor's right-hand man betraying him. And I think one of the reasons why I have so many problems with the story is because we already know Squaresoft can do better with less. Because I recall correctly, Final Fantasy V came out before Secret of Mana, but I could be wrong. At the very least, the other Final Fantasy games did come out. So yeah, it was just some bad story direction choices. But that said, it was interesting. One thing I would change in addition to some of the story directions would be the magic system. So much grinding. Luckily, they give you an easy place to do that, I guess, with the Wind Palace. I think that might have been the Wind Palace's intent. So yeah, overall I'd give this game a 7 out of 10. But if you give the game a higher rating, good for you. And Sam returns to his village of people that exiled him and treated him like shit. Although he entered from the wrong direction. And so the Monosaur returns where it belongs until the next hero needs it. And Max is, in his world, thinking of the adventures he had with the Sprite Village rebuilt. All's well that ends well. The end. If you like this series, like and subscribe. I'll be doing more Let's Plays in the future. Have a nice day, everybody. I was going to let you listen to that song for a minute. See y'all later.